from the Law Commission of India on NRI marriages, especially when it comes to tackling issues of abandonment. Now, what we are learning is that, this is what top sources are telling CNN News 18, the Law Commission is examining the framework to strengthen marriages, primarily NRI marriages. Also, what we are getting from the top Law Commission sources is that the recommendation has been received from the Ministry of External Affairs because many cases of abandonment have emerged from NRI marriages. Also, what we are learning from more Law Commission sources is that when it comes to the entire situation surrounding NRI marriages, which have several cases of abandonment primarily from states like Punjab, what the Law Commission source is telling CNN News 18 is that many lacunas in the law are being examined because many of those violators end up going scot-free. Also, what we are learning is that problems like abandonment, as I was pointing out, are under the scanner when it comes to NRI marriages, because there are various loopholes in the legal system when it concerns NRI marriages. The Law Commission sources are telling CNN News 18, looking at laws that benefit the violators, how they're able to skip paying the price for abandoning their spouses. We will look at international public law, whether articles of international public law can be enforced when it comes to ensuring the sanctity of NRI marriages, and cases of abandonment can be tackled. We will look at private laws as well to ensure that those cases of abandonment are controlled. This is what Law Commission sources are telling CNN News 18. The study will aid the protection of those abandoned. That is the end game of the Law Commission sources. That's what they are telling us when it comes to the Law Commission's insight into NRI marriages. We will look at the 2019 bill on NRI marriages. This is the game plan of the Law Commission. This is what top sources are telling CNN News 18 when it comes to NRI marriages and tackling the issues of abandonment. I'm joined by my colleague Ananya Bhatnagar, who's getting us this piece of breaking news. Ananya, so clearly issues of abandonment, especially in states like Punjab, have been around for a very long time, and many have seen that the big loopholes inside the law is the reason why many of the violators don't face justice. Decode the entire strategy for us when it comes to trying to strengthen these and remove these lacunas and strengthen the law to ensure that the violators face justice.
Well, since for decades we've seen this problem, especially in the state of Punjab and various other states in the country, where people, when we're out station, in fact, Indians marry Indian brides, and they abandon them when they go abroad, go back abroad, or they demand dowry when they're taken abroad. So it puts the women, especially, in a very, very persistent condition, and that's exactly why the Ministry of External Affairs had also been receiving a lot of complaints with regards to overseas Indians doing this malpractice, and that's exactly why a recommendation has now been given to, in fact, the Law Commission of India to study this particular aspect, to see what are the lacunas in law. And if you remember, Aishman, in 2019 there was a bill that was brought in by, in fact, the government with regards to registration and strengthening of NRI marriages, though it had not come to become an act, but it was still in consideration with the parliamentary committees, and that's exactly why, in fact, the Law Commission has also now been roped in to, in fact, go in and to dig deeper as to how this problem can be solved, because this has been a persistent problem. In fact, the Ministry of External Affairs, if we go by certain press statements that were issued by the MEA in the past, it had very, very categorically stated that it had also taken various steps with regards to providing legal help to such victims, and there also being a 24/7 helpline with regards to the same. But there has to be a strengthened legal framework in order to protect these people, because the biggest problem that arises, Ashman, is that when a person who is having a citizenship of another nation, though he's an Indian, he's a overseas Indian, he's a non-resident Indian, what happens is that the laws that govern him are different, and the girl who is actually facing this particular abandonment is facing is Indian, and that's why she's facing Indian laws, and that's where the things come up, and that's exactly why the Law Commission is thinking to delve deeper and to go deeper into international laws to find a medium where such women can actually be protected, and this particular problem can be solved, which exists majorly in Punjab. We've seen people from Canada and various other countries come marry, and there are various examples, not only Punjab, not only Canada, but there are various examples, and there are these cases come up in our daily lives very, very often. And that's exactly why the Law Commission will now be delving deeper into this particular issue, and we hope that something fruitful comes out of it, though it is still in a very, very initial stage. The recommendations come in very, very recently to, in fact, the Law Commission of India, and at this point of time, for the first meeting, for the second meeting with the MEA officials, the Law Commission is preparing a structural framework as to how and what are the problems that are persisting and how can they be solved, what changes can be brought into that particular 2019 bill and in fact the Foreign Marriages Act as well.
Right. Thank you, Ananya, for getting us that piece of breaking news. So an essential legal remedy being kind of like strategized by the Law Commission to tackle abandonments when it comes to NRI marriages.